Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Sean McKay, aka the Lousy Investor, and today I want to talk about the Great Resignation. So, when we hear the term the Great Resignation, obviously everyone's thinking about everyone that is leaving their jobs. They're going on to other opportunities, they're starting businesses, and on the surface, that can seem like a really scary reality for business owners to have to deal with. And today I want to discuss how this is actually a win-win for all parties. So, the first thing I want to talk about is the employee perspective. What's going on with those individuals that are quitting their jobs and moving on to other opportunities? We know that in September, 4.4 million people actually quit their job to go on to do something else. And so, the first aspect is the idea of employees feeling like there are greener pastures somewhere else. So, essentially, those employees are quitting their current job and they believe that there's another job where they can get paid more, maybe have a better quality of work-life balance, or maybe they're looking to start their own business. And so that's a really exciting moment for those employees. They're getting to move on to something that they feel more optimistic about moving forward. And so the second scenario that we're seeing with employees is there are some individuals that are quitting their jobs and they may not have another opportunity lined up right away, but depending upon the circumstances and where they live, they might actually be able to draw unemployment. And so for them, they see that as a win. They're able to maybe not have to produce any sort of work to be able to get a paycheck. And so for the time being, they see that as a positive outcome. And so the third thing that's happening is we're also seeing employees that are still at their current companies getting opportunities to advance, to add more value to the company because of the employees that are leaving the company that might be more senior employees. And so that gives those employees that are retained at that company the opportunity to provide additional value, to learn additional skills. And so this can be a way where even at the same company, they can dramatically increase their capacity to create greater income for themselves. So now I want to talk about the other side of the table. So let's talk about those business owners, those senior team members that are responsible for keeping their company going, for finding new employees to kind of bring everything together and keep their company moving in a positive direction. So as I said earlier, this might seem like a negative situation with this great resignation for those senior team members having to fill these positions really quickly. The labor markets are pretty wild right now, so the salaries and the starting pay and benefits have certainly been brought up over the last 12 months, and so we're having to pay more and more money to bring in talent to the company. So again, that can seem very negative, but let's talk about the reasons why I actually believe that this is a win-win. So first, when we talk about those employees that are moving on for greener pastures, I believe that this is a win for employers because the thing that will kill your business is if you're retaining employees that don't actually want to be there. They feel like they're not maybe being utilized enough, they're not getting the opportunities that they could with other companies or if they were their own boss. And so their performance starts to drag after a while, and sometimes it can actually even affect the company culture. So those that feel like there's better opportunities elsewhere, whether that's the reality or not, it's always best for all parties if they're able to go out there and explore those opportunities. Next, we talked about those that are going to be drawing unemployment. And this leads right into that first point. Again, if an employee does not want to be a part of your company, that will absolutely destroy your company performance, the morale inside with the other employees. And so you definitely want to encourage those employees to move on and to do something else. And so hopefully they can find a great landing spot, but that is definitely going to be a net negative if those employees are sticking at your business. And so finally, we spoke about how sometimes the junior employees, maybe younger employees, are getting kind of thrown into the fire and taking on responsibilities that maybe you didn't foresee them taking on for perhaps months or years to come. And so that can be a little bit scary as a supervisor or as a business owner, but this can be one of the greatest catalysts for your business to go to the next level. I know that in starting at the very bottom of the company that I work for and being fortunate to move up the ladder, you get to learn a lot as you're going through that process. And sometimes you have some interesting takes on where the business could go, but you don't have the opportunity to take advantage of that knowledge and that awareness until you're a more senior team member. So this forced scenario where these younger or less experienced employees are getting more responsibility put on their plate can be a huge benefit because you get this new bolt of energy, if you will, this infusion of ideas and people that are looking at things a little bit differently than those employees that left. And if these employees are staying at the company in this tumultuous time period in the labor markets, it means that they really want to be a part of your business and they feel as though they can add significant value to the company and there's real upside for them at the firm that they're currently at. So I would really encourage you to look at this as maybe a glass half full type of scenario as you move forward. All right, thanks so much for watching the video today. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if you found any value. Thanks so much.